Welcome to the Now Appearing at Loonees podcast. This is where we sit down with the nationally touring headliners that are appearing here at Loonees. This guy's, boy howdy. Oh my Lord, we got a good one for you guys. So tonight we have not just one, but two co-hosts and an amazing headliner. So I'm just going to go around the table. So our first co-host, she was the host tonight. It's Gabby Gutierrez-Reed from Denver. She also hosts a Firecracker comedy, absolutely amazing. Around the horn, we have Al Goodwin.
Hello.
Badgerine.
Yes. I'm here. I'm glad to be co-hosting. It's going to be fun with one of my favorite comics.
The absolute amazing Josh Blue.
Oh, shucks. Yeah, you guys are so nice.
Thank you so much for doing this with us. This is such a big deal for us, and we really appreciate you taking your time to sit with
My
us.
pleasure. I had a good weekend.
It was an amazing weekend. I just want to touch on something. I think it's really amazing. You bring out such a diverse crowd, and it's really cool to see because usually when you have a big headliner, you tend to bring in a very similar demographic, and you are so relatable. You brought in so many different people, so many different types of people. It was amazing to see all of them laughing together at something that you maybe thought only certain demographics would laugh at. I thought that was really amazing.
Well, thank you for pointing that out because, no, to me it means a lot. Like,
Absolutely.
I pride myself on making people laugh, not a demographic. It's just, you see my shit, you're going to laugh at it.
Absolutely. It's undeniable.
Right.
And that's the thing. It's just undeniable.
Thank you so much.
It was really fun to see.
I love doing it. Like, I think that's part of the allure of what I do is, like, you can tell I'm just having a good old time.
And that's, I think, sometimes people lose that in comedy. The audience can tell when you're not having fun.
Totally.
And you are always having fun.
I mean, I'm a pretty good actor. but like, no, for the most part, I'm having fun. Sometimes it's work. You can't deny that. Some nights it's just like, fuck, I'm tired, and this is show number 2, and there's 8 assholes in the audience, You're just trying to, like, get through your job, but I still like bringing the elbows.
Absolutely.
I'm not punching in the face. I'm going to give you a full elbow to the fucking head if you don't do comedy right.
Right.
People. All right, that's the thing about my audience. It's a very TV audience. So it's people from all over, but they don't get out much.
Right.
So they don't know how to act in public.
Yeah.
And
I think one of my favorite moments of you last night was you had a heckler, and he was just a jerk. But he didn't know he was being a jerk.
Right.
But he came up to you afterwards, and he said, "You're so mean," and you said, "You're fat." And you walked away, and it was beautiful because this guy was being an asshole. And it was like he tried to call you out on it, but you're the comic, and he was doing exactly what we told him not to do, and you doubled down, and I laughed so hard. I was doubled over laughing.
So that was the best joke of the night.
Yeah.
Like, I had a killer set, I got a standing ovation. That moment to me was like, that guy came at me again, and I was like, fuck you, you fatty. Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
It was, and you saw, I didn't skip a beat.
No, it was bang. It was as if it was part of your set.
Yeah,
it was as if he was a plant outside of the showroom, and it was so fun to watch.
He said, oh, you're mean to me. I'm like, it's because you're fat.
Boom, bam.
Son, the whole bar was like,
Yes.
what the fuck?
I've been doing comedy a long time, and I've never seen what you did on the first show tonight. With the lady who left to go to the bathroom. I've never seen anyone do, should I wait? Like, ask the audience, should I wait? And then the long pause, and then I'm just going to wait.
Yeah.
and then you waited, and she didn't even take that long, and it was freaking magical. I've never seen anybody do it, and it was awesome.
I'd like to say that was a new thing, but it's something that I've really honed over the years of being comfortable with that moment of silence. Like, it's hard to not...
But it killed. It just killed.
But that to me is more fun than anything because they're laughing at me not saying anything. They're laughing.
I was dying. I thought it was awesome.
Thanks, Al.
Yeah, man.
It was absolutely amazing. And it's like it's a comfort thing for a lot of comics. I know for me and Gabby, I don't know how long you've been doing comedy, but for me, I'm still a baby. And that silence on stage, for me, I can't.
It's terrifying.
I have to power through. And when you see that happening, you unified an entire crowd to wait on this woman taking a piss. And it was so cool.
But you have to understand, that's still terrifying to me. Right? So like, I'm really in that moment. Like, I'm really going like, I hope she comes back.
I hope she's not going outside and smoking like 5 Pall Malls. You know what I mean?
No. One time I legitimately did that, and the lady never came back.
What the fuck?
Wow.
And the show ended right then and there, ladies and gentlemen. No kidding.
It was brutal.
Oh my God.
But it's a roll of the dice, you know, like,
Yeah.
see how this goes.
But it paid off tonight.
It was amazing.
I thought it was like incredible.
And I
I'm
think,
like, I was wondering, is that a plant? Like,
Yeah.
I was like, it was, and then I'm like, I don't think it was.
I just have this random memory. All right, this is so crazy. So when I played, I started at Comedy Works in Denver,
Right.
downtown. That's the best club in the country.
Okay.
Right.
It sounds cocky, but it really is.
It is.
It's a magical room.
It's the stadium seating. You're next to people, and you bump, and you break down all these barriers, and it's amazing. Yeah.
So I started doing open mic there. I got in, and I started getting my like. I just had this weird gift. Again, I don't know how I do this. Just when it comes out. Yeah. And I started getting on this rhythm of like killing these like 2-minute sets, 5-minute sets. And I told the sound guy, I go, hey man, turn off the lights or the microphone halfway through my set. Like, just do something to like fuck with me. And I'd be like opening for like Brian Regan, and he'd turn the microphone off. And I would just have to like figure out how to make that moment work. But I asked for it, but it was like,
I am having a panic attack just thinking about you in this situation. I can't imagine what it actually felt like.
well, imagine asking for it.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, it's a weird confidence that I have, but like a confidence without knowing the real consequences of something. Like, I've learned that can go horribly wrong.
You have, yeah. But it's fun though, because you're in the moment.
Right.
It's like,
And now it's like if I ever go on doing like a corporate event and the microphone doesn't work, I just know how to like cater to that moment.
Yeah.
It's like a weird
Practice makes perfect.
Yeah, you know, make yourself practice harder.
Right.
You know?
That's really smart.
When I think you coming up through, you winning new faces and coming up through new talent nights, I think, Gabby, I don't want to speak for you, but I'm sure that you can probably relate. I think when you see someone that has gone to the stage in comedy that you're at, going through the same hurdles that we go through, there is something really magical and inspiring in that. Just knowing, like, it could happen. This could happen. If Josh Blue made it happen, this is available to all of us, and that's super motivational.
you gotta work hard.
Right, yeah, you just have to be Josh Blue.
There's something to that. But by that rationale, I really believe there's two kind of comics, right? There's like a natural comic where they're just effortless. Chris Rock, Chappelle, Ellen. I have this strange gift of just like, I don't prepare nothing. This is just what happens. And there's comics that work really hard, and they can be so fucking good, but it's two different animals. Like, and like, I know lots of really hard-working comics, and then there's a couple of us that just get to say whatever we want to say. It works. It's a weird, like, gift, you know? And like, new talent, I mean, thank you for the callback to that. Like, the first time I did New Talent Night, I knew I was going to win that motherfucker. I just was like,
It's just so amazing that you felt it and you knew it.
I was like, please, I want to see you beat this, you know? Please, I want to be entertained too. Right.
You're like, I'm here for me and also to laugh. So please, someone be funnier than me.
So the New Talent Night finals, I got 8th spot in the show, and then there was a ninth comic after me. Is a guy named Matt Conti. I don't know if you ever heard him, but he's like old school, moved away a long time ago, and very funny guy, dear friend of mine. And I went on and I fucking murdered Bill, like just fucking crushed it on my 2-minute set. And Matt Conti went on after me, goes, you know, every day I wake up and I just praise God that I wasn't born with cerebral palsy.
Holy shit.
But I don't think tomorrow is going to be one of those days.
That's genius.
It's fucking, I laughed so hard. They fucking screamed for him. And then he just ate shit for 2 minutes.
Oh, great.
Like, he hit the joke hard, and then it just like...
You couldn't follow his
Yeah, how do you talk about like shopping at King Soopers after that? You know, you just can't.
It was such a good joke. If he had closed on that, he'd have won. You know what I mean? Like, but he just had 2 more minutes of like, this ain't Josh.
Right.
Which, again, it sounds... I have trouble coming to terms with it. Like, I'm like, if I ever think about what I'm doing on stage, it fucks it up. Like, oh, think about your timing. Oh, you missed it.
Right.
Whereas just do it.
Be in the moment, right?
Be in the moment.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing too about, you see people writing their jokes down, they write their shit, they study it, and then they bring it on stage. I'm like, why do you bring a piece of paper? You know your dumb joke.
Right.
Just say them when it's time to say them.
Right.
Like, that's the key to it. Like, you know your shit.
Yeah.
Say it.
Yeah.
Now is the time to say it.
Yeah. People that write it on their hands or write it on little notes, I'm always like, okay, you're not there. You're
Right.
not there yet.
I sometimes I think it's like a confidence thing, and other
I used
times.
to, yeah. But now it's nice not to like feel like I have to look down at my hands.
Or like not to need the security.
Yeah, and then you can be in the moment and like hear that one thing that someone shouts. And
Exactly.
Like, boom.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Well, I know we have a limited amount of time with Josh, so I just want to keep going around the horn. Gabby, is there anything that you want to ask Josh or anything that you've wanted to comment with him?
Oh my God.
Did I put you on the spot? Do you need your paper?
I asked you so much when we were just hanging out.
Yeah,
Why
we
you
did.
should tell people like how you were in improv and sketch and like I think that's so cool.
Yeah, I always loved just like feeding off people and you know, hippie man John Novosad. He and I had a sketch group back in the day. It was just like we never performed nothing. We just there was 5 people. We just get together. Comedy Works downtown. Wendy let us have the stage, and we just like play stupid improv games and just play off other people that know how to play the game. You know, like you like playing backgammon. Find out with somebody that don't know how to play.
Yeah.
You want to play the game with people that can play.
That's so amazing that you say that Wendy Curtis just let us have the stage. There's something about that where you picture like elementary school kids just on like the stage at their school, but you were again at the greatest comedy club in America, and you just got to play. And how magical is that?
Yeah, there's something really special about like connecting with people in the moment, and those become like some of your best friends because you connect on that level and you truly understand each other.
Absolutely.
Well, that's why I think like a heckler in a stand-up situation is your other player in the thing. Like, all right, you want to start a rapport? Let's start a rapport. You know, like, I hope you can keep up.
Hope you know how to play the game, lady.
You signed up for this game. You paid.
I have a question for you. I love your art. I see you're wearing some of your art on your shirt. How can people listening to this podcast get themselves some of your art? Where would they go?
My website is joshblue.com. This is a drawing that I did. It's a pig, and I'm just saying that for the listeners. You know, you're bringing up shit that you have to see to understand.
You can say it's anything.
Say it's anything.
It's his art. It's his art. I love his art.
It's just a big old donkey dick.
I knew it was going to be a dick. Okay.
I like that it went donkey. I like that it went donkey.
As a comedian, you know,
it has to be.
Always has to end up on a dick somehow. But my sister sews everything, so it's all hand sewn and cut out. So just write her a letter on my website.
JoshBlue.com. All right.
She's a master artist. It sounds really crazy. My sister's made more cool T-shirts for me than most museums I've been to. You're like,
did she do the broccoli one?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
that's
she does
unbelievable.
everything you've seen of my shirts is her artwork.
What's her name?
Jessica Blue.
Jessica Blue.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, guys, look her up.
Yeah, look up Jessica Blue. If she's as talented as her brother, it's pretty good stuff.
Absolutely.
Not quite.
You're the favorite in the family.
Fuck you, Jess.
Well, Josh, I just want to thank you again for giving us this time. I know you've had a crazy weekend. You've had 4 amazing shows. And thank you so much for just talking to us and letting us pick your brain a little bit before
Can
you...
I say something
You can
else?
say whatever you want. Absolutely. We can sit here for an hour. I'm here.
I know they said 15 minutes, but I'm happy to bullshit more.
Oh, my gosh. Let's keep bullshitting. I have so many more questions. I'm sure all of us do.
I have something just to say. So the last 2 weeks of my life have been fucking insane, right? So I live in Denver. Chappelle came, and I got to open for him
Amazing.
for 6 shows.
Wow.
Now, that pushes me over 60 shows opening for him. Like, over the years, I've just got to open for Chappelle, where it's like, Dave's here, and I have a pretty rigorous travel schedule
Already.
as it is, but for some reason, every time Dave comes, I am home. So, like, I just get to, like, open for him. Again, 60-plus shows, amazing. That guy's the god of comedy. Like you know, there's a Rushmore. He's number 1 on Rushmore. And he's an amazing person.
Yes.
I've known him, like I said, for years. So I used to play soccer on the Paralympic team. I was at an Olympic training center in San Diego, and it was before, like, cell phones were really a big thing. Somebody brought a cell phone to the field, and they're like, as a phone call for Josh Blue. Like, at this point, I'm like, just trying to play for the Olympic team, you know? And it was Wendy Curtis, and she goes, Joshy, you need to come home now. You need to open for Dave Chappelle. And I'm like 24 years old. And I just look at my coach. I'm like, Coach, I gotta go. I just like left the Olympic field to go over for Dave Chappelle. It's like one of those moments where you're like, what is happening?
What is happening in your life when you have to leave the Olympics of soccer to go do the Olympics of comedy?
Yeah.
Like, how blessed and amazing.
Yeah.
And then I flew home, and it's me and Dave on the show. It's my first time ever getting to work with him, never met him, nothing. And so I asked for my light at 2 minutes. Like, when you're ready for me to come down, light me. I got my light. I was like, are you guys ready for Dave Chappelle? And they're like, ladies and gentlemen, Dave Chappelle. And then he doesn't come out.
Oh, my God.
And I'm like, oh, maybe he wants me to exit first. So I walk off stage, and the hallway was empty of all people, like empty. I was like, Dave Chappelle is fucking in the building. So I had to go back out to
Paging Dave Chappelle.
It was like a standing ovation waiting for him, and I was like, oh, just kidding. Me again.
Oh my god.
How much time did you have to cover?
So I did 15 up front.
Oh my god.
And then Wendy came up to the front. She goes, hey, Joshy, can you do 15 more? And I'm like,
Oh my god.
yeah, of course. I look at the crowd. They're like, for me. And I was like, we got this. And he was in the hotel sleeping.
Wow.
When I introduced him, he was still sleeping.
What?
And I did another 15 and fucking murdered. Like, I just stepped into the moment. You know,
Yeah.
I had already done my best joke.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I'm in a situation where it's like, now you have to really do the work.
Dig
Right.
deep.
That is digging deep on that.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
But you got to ride that energy. They'd already put that out.
I did like 6 jokes in 15 minutes, and they just like, because I got them on my side, and they wanted me to succeed, and like it's cool. The audience wants you to succeed.
Yeah.
They don't want you to eat shit.
They
They
don't want
wanna
to
laugh.
see you bomb.
But
It's
wait, so
awkward.
He
They
woke
want
up,
to laugh.
got dressed, and got there in 15 minutes?
That is amazing.
Wow. That's impressive.
Where
the
is that
most
hotel?
amazing part of this moment is that
Time management.
he got out of bed, put clothes on.
Yeah, it's one of those weird relationships that I get to have with, again, it's walking in the shadow of a god of types, you're like,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
well,
He is a god. I've known him since he was 17. I started with him. He started when he was 14.
You started with Dave Chappelle?
Yeah, in D.C. He's from D.C. I'm
Right.
from D.C. So, yeah, he was 17 when I met him. I was 24. He's 7 years younger than me. And but he started when he was 14. So when I met him, he was 3 years into it, and he was crushing.
oh, yeah.
Just crushing. He was a monster at 17. Yeah, and then he's like, I'm going to go to New York. And I'm like, you're going to blow the hell up. I'm telling you now, you are going to blow up. And it wasn't even like a month and a half later, he got in Robin Hood Men in Tights. He got in Mel Brooks' movie.
Yeah.
It wasn't a month and a half. He was gone for a month and a half, and he landed that role.
Al, I'm so angry that I've known you for so long, and I have never heard that story. We're going to
Yeah.
play pool later, because I want all the other stories that you have.
Got lots of stories. I've gotten to work with this guy a couple times, and it's always a blast. It's always a blast.
So I would say you mentioned Dave Chappelle on Rushmore. There have been other comics that I've met that put you on their Rushmore
Come on.
for multiple reasons. But mostly it is that living in the moment thing, because it is it's hard for some comics, for me and a lot of young comics, but even comics that have been in for 10, 15 years, to let down their guard and to be in the moment and to see it on AGT and to see it on Last Comic Standing and to see it in all these different situations that you've had. It's so cool to see and to feel like, you know what, he's it. He has it. That's what we have to let it go and be more like Josh Blue.
Yeah.
But there's never going to be another Josh Blue.
I hope
You know?
not.
I hope not.
Be my luck, some spina bifida
God, son of a
motherfucker.
bitch.
Oh my god.
A magician.
They're gonna-
Oh my gosh! By the way, I just need you to know that I've bombed for a puppet. So we've not on a global platform, but in Pueblo.
Oh, the puppet show?
You know what show I'm
I
talking about. I
haven't
ate
done
so much
it.
shit. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I don't even know about it, but don't do that.
No, your ego is not strong enough, Gabby.
I will literally break in half.
Absolutely. I cried for 45 minutes at the bar.
How much time did you do?
I was supposed to do 20, and I think I did 11. It was not good.
Oh, that sounds so terrible.
It was, yeah.
hilarious.
So go check that show out, everybody. If you're here in Colorado Springs, go on down to Pueblo.
Random puppet show
Yeah,
in
there's
Pueblo.
a puppet show. You'll find it. You'll see it.
So this is crazy. One of the first jobs I ever had, I knew this puppet guy. He made these giant, like, full-body puppets,
Yeah.
and he paid me $80 to go to the People's Fair as one of these big ass puppets. Man, people were so scared.
Oh my God.
They saw me walking over with palsy and a big ass hands and shit. Like, oh my God, what is this shit?
What did the puppet look like? Was it just like a Muppet, or was it like an actual thing?
It wasn't like a nice looking thing. It looked like something that was lived in the woods. For sure.
Blair Witch.
Like you're gonna die today.
It's a big woods looking motherfucker. But it scared people so hard.
That's great. I would love.
Was that the point? Because if it was, then you did a great job.
No, he thought it was a real thing, but it was like it was real for sure.
Yeah.
For a lot of people, they still have nightmares about this shit.
Someone's waking up right now.
Do you think anyone put two and two together that you were the one in the puppet or you know what I mean at this point? Do you think anyone's like, you know what?
I really don't.
That voice sounded a little like Josh Blue.
Terrified. Oh, there was no talking. That's the thing. I was just like walking through the thing, like ooh.
You were like Goofy at Disneyland.
But in a scary,
but not at all like Goofy.
Not like
horrifying.
Not like it looked like a clown or something. It's just like too real, like a big old fucking. It wasn't good.
Do you have any pictures?
Thank God I don't.
You're like, this is before Facebook.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. It was, and the other thing was it was hot as fuck. So it was like inside the mask, it was like sweating, like, and then but I just could see out these little eye holes, and people feel like, get away from me, get away.
Did you like that reaction? Were you like, this is totally worth $80?
Well, once I realized it, I was like, I'll go with this.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Scare the shit out of people.
Yeah.
It was great.
That's awesome.
Just shimmy in front of the
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah.
I'd see people get scared and then I'd follow.
Oh my God. Were you working for a haunted house? Was this actually not?
Well, let's just say they never hired him again.
I really am sad that I didn't get to experience this now, but in my mind, it's so fantastic, and it's probably even better.
You know, it's so funny for me. I haven't thought of this in years. I don't know why it's coming out, but thank you.
We got a little truth serum pumping through the veins tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, give me a mask, you know. Scare the shit out of me.
I'm gonna get a mask that we're gonna keep in the green room until you come back next time, and we're gonna full mask it up. It's gonna be amazing.
I can't wait.
So we do have to wrap it up. I just want to make. Do you guys have anything else that you want to touch base with Josh?
Where's next? Where's your next show?
I am in Palm Springs next weekend.
Nice.
The old improv, the old bucket.
Okay.
The bucket of comedy, you know.
Yeah. Nice.
They're echoey and the last.
And is that show sold out? Do you know?
I'm sure one of them is.
Absolutely. Well, it just in case there's one or two tickets left, everybody, go to joshblue.com. I'm sure that you're going to be able to find all the information that you need because that show's going to sell out. You got to get if you want them, you got to get them. It's going to sell out.
And follow me on Instagram and all that other bullshit.
What he said.
Same. So I do obviously want to touch base also with Gabby and Al. Gabby, you have a firecracker comedy, amazing.
Yeah.
It's with Kate Strobel,
Salmazaki.
So when is your next show?
April 28th.
And where is that at?
That is at Mushroom Studios. It's a cool tattoo shop and a photo studio. It's just like a DIY comedy show space.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's so cool. So check out Gabby and Al. Hardest working man in the Springs.
April 27th in Salida, the boathouse. You know all about that.
I know all about Boathouse.
Yep.
Fantastic.
You know all about that.
All about Boathouse.
Yeah.
And if you aren't going to Gabby's show on the 28th, and if you're not flying to Florida to see Josh Blue, come see Habitual Offenders here at Loonees.
It's such a
Comedy
great show.
Corner. We sold out last month. We're going to sell out again, so get the tickets. We're all selling shit out, guys.
Let's do this.
It's not quite on Josh's level. All my tickets are free, by the way, unless you buy it on the website. You can just hit me up. I'll give them to you for free. Josh isn't giving them out for free.
I would definitely fly to Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually really good advice. Well, guys, this has been the Now Appearing at Loonees podcast. Thank you so much to Josh Blue. Thank you for sticking around and hanging out with us and giving us your time and your thoughts.
Hey, my only question is, why did you wait to interview me till I was not performing here anymore?
Yeah, we could have done this last night.
Oh, Eric said that he asked.
I'm just saying.
So we're going to put all the blame on the owner of Loonees.
I'm just saying, like, I'm no longer appearing here. I've already finished.
That's actually a really good point. And I will fix that. No, I won't.
Yes, you will. You know you will.
And Al, check out Al as well. Your website, Al?
AlanGoodwin.com.
Absolutely.
There we go.
Thank you guys so much. We'll be back next week with the headliner, and thank you again for tuning in to Now Appearing at Looney's.
Yay!
Come on down to Looney's. Whoa.